Let me tell you why you're still losing. Because you're weak. You sit around scrolling through your phone, watching other people succeed while you do nothing. You make excuses, blaming the world, blaming society, blaming your past. But guess what? Nobody cares. Life doesn't care. The world doesn't owe you a thing. You're losing because you're comfortable with failure. Every day you hit snooze, every time you skip the gym, every time you say, I'll do it tomorrow, you're proving to yourself that you're okay with being average. And average is the fast lane to nowhere. Success doesn't come to the lazy or the weak. It doesn't come to the guy who thinks about winning it. It comes to the guy who fights for it every single day. The one who pushes through the pain, ignores the doubts, and works when everyone else is resting. You're still losing because you're afraid of failure, afraid of judgment, afraid of stepping outside your comfort zone. But fear is a liar. It's a cage you've built in your mind. The moment you stop fearing failure is the moment you start winning. Because winners don't quit when things get tough, they get tougher. Discipline is what separates the winners from the losers. Not talent, not luck, discipline. Doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Every time you skip the hard work, someone else is putting in the hours, getting stronger, getting richer, getting ahead. So ask yourself, do you want to keep losing? Do you want to wake up 10 years from now, broke, miserable, full of regrets? Or do you want to wake up in control of your life with the body, the bank account, and the freedom you've always wanted? The choice is yours. But understand this, nobody is coming to save you. If you want to win, you have to get up, get moving, and take what's yours. Stop complaining. Stop waiting. Get disciplined. Get aggressive. Get obsessed. Because the world belongs to the ones who refuse to lose. And let me tell you something else. You think you have time. You think you can waste another day, another week, another year waiting for the right moment. Newsflash, there is no right moment. Every second you waste is a second you never get back. While you're sitting there overthinking, someone else is out there grinding, building their empire, stacking their wealth, and sculpting their body into a weapon. And you're still losing because you're stuck in your own head. You're addicted to comfort, your soft bed, your junk food, your video games, your mindless scrolling. They're all chains that keep you weak. Success doesn't come to those who seek comfort. It comes to those who seek growth. Growth is painful. Discipline is painful. But you know what's more painful? Regret. Regret will eat you alive when you realize you wasted your potential because you couldn't control your own mind. Look, life's not fair. No one's going to hand you success. The world doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if you're stressed. It doesn't care if you had a rough childhood or if life's been unfair. You think the champions, the billionaires, the guys driving Lamborghinis got there by crying about their problems? Number, they got there because they turned their pain into power. They used every setback as fuel. You're still losing because you haven't made success your obsession. Winners wake up thinking about winning. They go to sleep thinking about winning. It consumes their thoughts until success becomes inevitable. If you're not obsessed, you'll never make it. An obsession isn't a hobby, it's a way of life. You work when others sleep. You grind when others party. You push when others quit. And here's the harsh truth, you're not special. Your dreams, your goals, they mean nothing without action. Stop fantasizing. Stop daydreaming. Get to work. Because no one cares about what you want. The world only cares about what you deliver. You've got two choices. Keep losing and stay exactly where you are, or flip the switch, get aggressive, and start winning. No more excuses. No more waiting. Now is your time. So stand up, look in the mirror, tell yourself enough is enough, and then prove it with your actions. Because if you don't, you'll wake up one day realizing that you had every opportunity to win and you let it slip through your fingers. Don't be that guy. Go win. And if you're still standing there waiting for someone to give you permission, let me make it clear. Nobody is coming. Nobody's going to show up and hand you success on a silver platter. Your friends, your family, society, they're too busy dealing with their own lives to worry about yours. The only person who can change your life is you. And until you understand that, you'll stay exactly where you are losing. You're losing because you still care what other people think. You're afraid they'll laugh at you if you fail. You're scared of looking stupid. Who cares? Their opinions don't pay your bills. Their approval won't build your future. The minute you stop seeking validation is the minute you become unstoppable. Because winners don't care if they look crazy. They only care about results. Listen carefully. You have everything you need to win. You have a mind. You have a body. You have 24 hours in a day, the same 24 hours as every billionaire, every champion, every legend who's ever lived. The difference? They use their time. You waste yours. They turn their pain into power. You use yours as an excuse. They take risks. You play it safe. And that's why they're winning while you're still losing. But here's the good news. You can flip the script. You can rewrite your story starting right now. All it takes is one decision, one moment where you say, enough procrastinating, enough complaining, enough playing small. Because the second you truly commit to becoming the best version of yourself, the universe moves out of your way. So what's it going to be? Are you going to keep losing, living a life of regret, or are you going to stand up, take control, and start winning? The choice is yours. But remember this, every second you hesitate, someone else is out there getting stronger, smarter, and richer. Don't get left behind. Now go out there and prove to the world, and more importantly, prove to yourself that you were born to win. No more losing, no more excuses. It's time to dominate. And let me make one thing absolutely clear. You have no excuse. None. Zero. I don't care if you're broke. I don't care if you're tired. I don't care if life's been unfair. You think the world owes you something. It doesn't. Success doesn't care about your feelings. Winners don't sit around waiting for the perfect opportunity, they create it. They get up every single day, hungry, ruthless, ready to tear through any obstacle in their way. And if you're not doing the same, you've already lost. You're losing because you refuse to sacrifice. You want success, but you're not willing to pay the price. You want the body, but you skip the gym. You want wealth, but you waste time scrolling through social media. You want freedom, but you spend your nights watching television, distracting yourself from the life you should be building. Success demands sacrifice. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. The moment you choose comfort over progress, you choose to lose. And let's talk about pain, because that's where most people quit. The second things get hard, you fold. But understand this, pain is the gateway to power. Every rep in the gym, every late night grinding, every failure you endure, it's all forging you into someone stronger. Most people run from pain. Winners run toward it because they know that growth lives on the other side. You're still losing because you haven't learned to control your mind. Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your biggest weakness. Right now, it's your weakness. It talks you out of greatness. It whispers excuses when things get tough. But the moment you take control, when you silence the doubts, the fear, the laziness, that's when you start winning. And don't tell me you don't have time. You have time. The difference is you waste it. Every minute you spend scrolling, watching television, playing video games, that's time you could be using to build the life you want. Successful people guard their time like their life depends on it, because it does. You don't find time, you make time. Now, let me leave you with this. Success isn't reserved for the lucky. It's reserved for the relentless, the ones who refuse to quit, the ones who show up every day no matter how they feel, the ones who take control of their mind, their body, and their future. If that's not you, then get used to losing. But if you're ready to step up, to sacrifice, to grind harder than you ever have before, then there's nothing you can't achieve. So stop waiting. Stop hesitating. The clock is ticking. Every second that passes is one you'll never get back. Make it count. Go out there and take what's yours, because the world belongs to the ones who refuse to lose. Now go prove you're one of them. And don't think for a second that this speech doesn't apply to you. If you're still listening, if you're still sitting there hoping I'll say something to magically change your life, wake up. No words can save you. Motivation is temporary. What you need is discipline. What you need is to stop looking for inspiration and start demanding results from yourself every single day. You think winners rely on motivation. They rely on their standards. Their standards are so high that anything less than success is unacceptable. And until you raise your standards, until you decide that losing is no longer an option, you'll stay exactly where you are. You know what separates the winners from the losers? Winners do the hard thing 7 when they don't feel like it. They go to the gym when they're tired. They work when they're uninspired. They push through the pain, the boredom, the frustration, because they know that every second of effort moves them closer to their goals. And while you're sitting there waiting to feel motivated, they're out there stacking wins day after day, year after year, until success becomes inevitable. You're still losing because deep down, you're scared of what happens if you actually succeed. Success means responsibility. It means no more excuses, no more blaming others. And that terrifies you, because if you fail, there's no one to blame but yourself. But guess what? That's the price of greatness. Winners own their results, good or bad. They don't run from failure. They use it as fuel. Every setback, every loss, every moment of doubt, it all becomes part of their story. The story of how they rose from nothing to dominate the world. And here's the truth most people can't handle. Winning is lonely. Success requires sacrifice. You'll lose friends. People will call you arrogant, obsessed, selfish. Let them. While they're busy judging you from the sidelines, you'll be out there building a life they can only dream of. And when they ask how you did it, you'll smile because you know you paid the price they weren't willing to pay. So the question is, are you finally ready to pay that price? Are you ready to sacrifice your comfort, your excuses, your distractions, and do what it takes to win? Because if not, then stop complaining. Stop pretending you want success. Just accept that you're going to live the rest of your life losing. But if you're ready, truly ready, then this is your moment. This is the moment you decide that enough is enough. No more wasting time, no more holding back, no more losing. Now get up, get to work, and don't stop until you've won, because nobody's going to do it for you. It's all on you now. And if you're still here, still listening, then there's a part of you that knows you're meant for more. A part of you that's sick of losing, sick of watching other people live the life you want. But wanting it isn't enough. Everybody wants success. Everybody wants the cars, the money, the freedom, but very few are willing to do what it takes. And right now, your actions are proving that you're not one of them. Why? Because you're still making excuses. You say you're too tired, too busy, too stressed, but guess what? Nobody cares. Life doesn't stop because you're tired. Success doesn't pause because you're stressed. The world doesn't slow down so you can catch up. Every minute you waste is a minute someone else is using to get ahead. So while you're sitting there feeling sorry for yourself, someone out there is grinding harder, pushing further, and getting closer to the life you want. And here's the brutal truth. If you're not winning, it's because you're not willing to suffer. Success demands suffering. It demands long nights, early mornings, and countless sacrifices that most people aren't willing to make. You have to be willing to outwork, outlast, and outfight everyone around you. Because if you're not, someone else will, and they'll take everything you could have had. You want to know why you're still losing? It's because deep down, you're still waiting for someone to save you. You're waiting for a lucky break, a shortcut, or some magical moment that changes everything. But that moment isn't coming. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's going to hand you success. You have to take it. You have to wake up every single day and take what's yours through sheer force of will. And don't tell me it's too late. Don't tell me you've tried and failed. Failure is part of the process. Every winner you admire has failed more times than you've even tried. The difference is they didn't quit. They didn't let failure define them. They used it to get stronger, smarter, and more determined. If you're still losing, it's because you're still making failure an excuse to stop instead of a reason to push harder. So what's it going to be? Are you going to keep losing, wasting your potential, living a life of regret, or are you going to rise up, take control, and start winning? The choice is yours. But understand this, if you choose to keep losing, don't expect anyone to feel sorry for you, because the world doesn't reward excuses. It rewards results. So get up, get aggressive, get obsessed, and don't stop until you've won. Because the only thing standing between you and the life you want is you. Now go prove you deserve it.